Hi folks, welcome back to another Yonder Mountain adventure. Welcome back. The kind people at Nightcat have sent us another bit of gear, which is this thing here. I'll give you an idea of the size of it. It's about the size of an old dustbin lid. Now, I've done a little bit of research and I can't see that anybody has done a review on this just yet. This is the latest pop-up tent from Nightcat. Now, I know you're probably thinking, and I was thinking the same thing as well, pop-up tents, they've got a bit of a bad rep. You know, they're typically just flimsy, they don't last long, they're not waterproof, they're certainly not kind of wind resistant in any way, shape or form. But Nightcat claim that this bad boy is all of those things and more. So, they were kind enough to send us one out. Thank you, Nightcat. I'm going to get this pitched here. We're in the heart of Northumberland. It's just starting to rain. So I'm going to get this pitched. I'm going to show you a few ins and outs of this thing. I've only actually had it up once, and I must admit, this could be a game changer. And you know me, I'm not just saying that. If any company sends us any gear and I think it's crap, I'll tell you it's crap. Well, it's starting to rain heavy now, like. Anyway, let's get this thing popped up and have a look. You know what they say, don't you? Once you pop, you just can't get it back in the bag because it's absolutely massive and these things are a nightmare. We'll have a look. Right, let's have a look at this thing. So first things first, it's very, very light, very, very lightweight, and it's very slimlined as well. Now, don't get us wrong, this isn't a wild camping tent at all. This is something you can sling in the back of the car. It's a family tent. Take it down the beach, take it down the woods, that type of thing. It does have straps on the back as well, which you can put, obviously it means you can carry it, and it's very, very light. But if you've got that on your back, you're not going to be able to put your backpack on, that's for sure. And you'd look like a ninja turtle as well. Anyway, let's have a look inside. This is 190T polyester. The actual material itself, it's single skin. There's no inner with this. You'll see in just a minute when I pitch it. But when you open it up here, this is waterproofed to 3,000 millimeters. So that's how it looks as soon as you get it out. Now, it's got a handy strap here as well. Now, that kind of holds it all together once you've concertinaed it back up. I'll show you that later. Oh, wow, this is really coming down. Yeah, that strap is handy and that keeps it all together so you can pack it away. It does come with quite a handy user's manual as well. Inside, and in actual fact, you know what, the diagrams are pretty good as well, because it tells you exactly how to get this thing folded back up. Getting it up is no problem. That's what she said. It takes 3 seconds, and I'm not joking, 3 seconds and this thing is up. But I've had experience of these things in the past. Getting these things folded back down into this can be a nightmare, but in actual fact that user manual is really, really quite good, and it tells you step by step, various different languages as well, so you get your user's manual. There's no poles, there's no inner, there's no there's nothing else really, but you do get your little draw cord bag, and in the bag you get some cords. You can tell I've already opened it up. You get 1, 2, 3, 4 guy ropes. They're bright orange. It's not particularly stealthy being bright orange, but you could maybe do something with that if you wanted to make it stealthy. I'm not too sure why you would mind. And it also comes with, of course, your pegs as well. These are just the relatively flimsy, lightweight aluminium pegs. They're not the spikes or the you know, the other kind of fancy ones that you would probably get with things like nature hikes and stuff like that. But you don't need it for this as well, which is great. Now, a lot of these things are just freestanding, and it's really just, they're just kind of kept down with 4 basic pegs and just the weight of your gear inside it as well. I'll show you. This thing gets pegged out, and with the guy ropes, believe it or not, it's actually mega sturdy. So, on to the exciting bit. I'm going to show you how to put this thing up. And it's good fun apart from nothing else. So I'm going to wait for this rain just to die off ever so slightly, because believe it or not, it's absolutely lashing down. And then I'm gonna fling it in the air, and it's going to jump into action. Right guys, here we go. So you just move the strap out of the way. So that is now in a position whereby we can go for it. Right, 3, 2, 1. We weren't far off. But that essentially is it up and in place. Now you can see, obviously, it's not pegged out yet, but it gives you an idea of the size of it. Right guys, we're all guyed out. You can see now it's pretty solid. See all the water coming off. That's not bad at all. I'm happy with that. It's not massively windy, but let's have a look. Incidentally, these zips are absolutely top class. Zipped all the way down to the bottom, and you can peg it out as well. So it's all nice and bow tight. But look at that, zips are absolutely fantastic. Storm shield on it with some pretty decent Velcro as well. Class, absolutely class start. Wow. Right, so we're in. It's like an absolute palace. It's absolutely massive. I'm up on my honkers here. I'm about 6 foot, and I'm on my honkers. Plenty of room. If I sit down, absolutely bags of room. This thing's absolutely massive, and single skin. Bear in mind, you've seen the weather. There's no water ingress here whatsoever. It's massive. Right, I'll show you around inside. Fantastic. Right guys, so there's doors either side, and I think that's really important. It says it's a 2-person tent, but in fairness, this is just to maybe give you an, I don't know if you can fully see, like, but I can get full stretch here. 1, 2, 3. I reckon this could be 3 or 4-person tent. That's that way. And if you're lying this way, absolutely massive of room. I've got another 3 foot down behind my feet. Absolutely massive. So you've got the door at both ends. You've got windows either side as well. And of course the zips. They go full stretch and they can be tied back. And then, of course, you've got the zip access to get outside, which I'll just show you. They go there, obviously look, they're Velcroed. So to have this kind of access, I think is really, really valuable. Really valuable, and good for airflow as well. I'll come on to airflow in a minute, but generally speaking, oh, I'm sitting on it. And again, good quality zips, look at that. Absolutely knee bar. They're double zips as well, so you can open little bits as well. Absolutely class. So the height of it, I'll give you the dimensions up. But I think you can see this thing's very, very spacious. Bags of room. Doors either side, and the windows. I'll show you the windows here as well. So, windows again now. It's got bug mesh on here. The bug mesh is on the outside, which is a little bit strange, but nonetheless, your window opens up. There's your bug mesh. See, there's lots of flies trying to come through. Now, I thought there might be some water coming down through here because it's been absolutely pissing down, but that is absolutely bone dry. Now that's really, really good. So I can now see everything out there. Same on the other side as well. And it looks like it stopped raining. Absolutely class, and good for airflow as well. Now if you didn't necessarily want it to go, you know, all the way down, you can have it at various. You can have it just like that. Airflow. Have it wherever you want. I think that's a clever design. You've got some handy pockets here as well. You do actually have storage on both sides. Above one of the doors, you do have a lantern hanging point. There's not one in the middle, but there is one there, which is great. Now what I'm noticing as well is all of these seams are double stitched, and they're also sealed as well. Every last one of them. You can see the water here. There's not one bit of ingress, which is very, very good indeed. And you know what, since I've just opened up both windows there, I can actually feel the airflow coming through. So if ever you've got damp gear, or just to try and minimise condensation, which I would imagine on all single skin tents can be a problem, but you've got some good airflow, and you can unzip the doors as well. Absolutely great. So we've got 3000 static head unit on the the outside of the main body of the tent, and I think the bathtub as well, incidentally, is also seam sealed as well. And I'm fairly sure the floor, the actual bottom of the tent as well, is minimum 3000. It might actually be a little bit more. I'll double check on the stats. But this thing is an absolute palace. Remember, it's not really a wild camping tent. It's very, very lightweight, but just given the fact of what it is, I wouldn't like to see this in horrendous winds, although I think it would probably fare okay. But on a half decent day, or even if it's pissing down like this, I mean, this has been a good test. That's why I've come out in the rain like this, because I wanted to see how this was going to perform, and I'm really, really pleased with it. You know, you could have a really comfortable stay in this, without a doubt. You could do multi-days as a family tent. You know, if you've got kids and even animals as well, absolutely spot on. Actually thinking about that, you know, great family tent. But sometimes, you know, it might just be a one person going away with a dog or a couple of dogs, and you need that extra space. This is absolutely great. Well, as you can see, bags of room. If you don't have this up at the porch, this folds up out of the way, as you can see, and it's absolutely fantastic. I'm sat here thinking, you know, I'm going to take this out on a real adventure. Actually, it's absolutely top class. For, you might see in some of the videos, I'm traipsing around the Highlands of Scotland, and I'm kind of camping not too far away from the car. Sling this in the boot, pop up, done. You know, you're in place. Absolutely class. Nightcat boasts that this will also take a queen size double bed or mattress. You're not going to take a queen size bed with you, but the inflatable queen size double mattresses and what have you fit in this no bother. Probably width wise as well. So just so you've got a little bit more of a better angle about the actual space. Like I say, this is me, 6 foot. Oh, there we go. Absolute bags of room there. And if I go lengthwise, now my head's not up to the end there, but you can see absolutely any amount of room. Look at that. It's an absolute palace. I'm sat here and I'm just kind of looking out the window over there, seeing what's going on. A couple of sheep mulling around. I'm looking out the window over here and looking straight ahead, and if you had that door, you've got panoramic views from inside the tent. I mean, this is absolutely mint. I'm actually well impressed, genuinely well impressed with this. Right, the price, guys, I'll shuffle forward. The price at the minute on the Nightcat website is £80 and 97 pence, I think. It's an unbelievable bargain. There's not many tents that you can get for that. You know, there's other ones. Have a look at my Bobcat review tent. I actually paid 35 quid for that, but it was in the sale. But that's back up there, back up to 140. But they're only small. You're not going to get bang for your buck like this thing. It's absolutely massive. But, like I said, it's got its limitations. It's not a wild camping tent. It's not going to be fantastic in very strong winds. I've tested it in the rain. I'm happy with the waterproofing. I haven't been able to test what it's like in the wind, but I will do over time, and I'll bring you back on that as well. But all in all, if you want to get out and soak up some prescription nature, discharge, unwind, get rid of some stress in your life, and you want to do it on a budget, 80 quid for this, and it doesn't have to. You don't have to spend a fortune on things like sleeping mats and sleeping bags and cooking equipment. You know, you just don't have to spend a fortune on this type of gear, and you're out in beautiful places like this. Fantastic. Yeah, I like it a lot. Right guys, now for the interesting bit. This is probably the bit you've all been waiting for. It's time to unpop it, get it folded down. I'll show you how to do that. And it's amazing to think something that size you can fold down and it goes into something about the size of a bin lid. Absolutely unreal. We'll give that a go. But first things first, I'm just going to get a bit of the old water out of here, because it's these flies have been going absolutely ballistic. Oh my god, mental. Oh, that's much better. Right, let's go for it. Right guys, this is the moment of truth. Now I've only done this once. The idea being, well, I'll show you. It folds up, you make a figure eight, it folds on itself, then you make another figure eight. Job done. So what you do is, you start from the middle and you gather the poles together in the middle. Once you've got it like that, looks like a large orange pasty. These flies are getting right on my nerves, or nerves as they say. Now the idea with this now is, let's give this a go. You get one end and you fold it down into a figure eight, and then this one folds over this one, he says somewhat confidently. Okay, so that's my first figure eight. Lift it up again. So far so good, I think. So we're like that. And then it's another figure eight. Like that. I'll try and move it around. And then, believe it or not, that just folds over. Where's the band? We've done it the wrong way. I can't find the band. Must be folded in on itself. Anyway, you can see I've got it down and into its shape there. You've seen that in real time. Dead easy. If I can do it, anyone can do it. And now it's just a case of slipping it into the bag. There we go guys, we're done. Back in its bag, absolutely spot on. Hopefully you can see, I think I made a relatively decent job of that. With more practice, you'll be able to get that folded down absolutely no bother at all, with the strap in the right place and things like that. It's class. That's my overall first impressions of this thing. Well impressed guys, well impressed. I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you found it interesting and informative. I don't think there's any other YouTube videos out there at the minute that I've seen of anybody looking at these pop-up tents from Nightcat. So thanks again to Nightcat for sending us in it. But 80 quid, that's absolutely unbelievable. Get the family out, get the kids out, get the dogs out. 80 quid, absolutely mint. Right guys, I've got another couple of videos coming up. I've got another budget tent which I'm going to review, and that looks to be very, very good indeed. So I've got that video coming up soon, and I've got a couple of adventure wild camps coming up pretty soon as well, and probably some other quite interesting stuff which I've got on the boil. So I'll allude to that maybe a little bit further down the line. But guys, you know, if you like this type of stuff, get out, you know, and enjoy these beautiful green spaces. You know, it doesn't half make a difference. Talk about de-stressing yourself, apart from these flies, like, you know what I mean. If you like this type of stuff, give us a like, give us a thumbs up. I would love to hear your comments on this one. This is something a little bit unique and it's something a bit different, isn't it? So I would love to hear your comments, and I look forward to catching up on the other videos. As always, you know how important it is, you know. Don't get too bogged down with the news, the doom and gloom, radio, newspaper, Facebook, you know, all of this kind of doom and gloom that's going on out there, making people feel worse and worse. Get out and soak up some prescription nature. On that note guys, I'm going to get this on my back and I'm going to head back to the car. So I'll see you on the next You're on a Mountain Adventure. Well, You're on a Mountain Review. Oh. There we go. What's the theme tune to Mutant Ninja Turtles? Don't know which one I would be, but I know I like eating pizza. Fantastic.